Week 10 highlights from Fat 5 Football Season 9 available for you now, with another 12 games to bring you, including top-of-the-table clash between Parmesan Belgrade and Fatburn Rovers. Looking at the lineup, starting with second place, Parmesan Belgrade closing in on the leaders. They've got Stephen, Chucky, Michael, Martin, Jordan and Paddy all available for them this week as they look to push on to see if they can jump Fatburn Rovers in that upcoming head-to-head title in the middle game fixtures. Next lineup for you, Flaberdeen. Flaberdeen starting to add a bit of distance to Scrandinavia at the bottom. They are short this week though, but have relied on commissioners to fill up the gaps. Doug, Jamie, Sean available. Connor, Zach and Josh come in from commissioner. Also, Ross is available for them in the first game, but then moves over to their team's second game onwards. Speaking of bottom of the table, Scrandinavia team lineup, they are light this week with Captain Lewis also missing out. Ryan and Thomas from their main lineup available, and they lean into the commissioner squad to pick up Sam, Joshua and Johnny, as well as welcoming new joiner to Fat Five Football. Lee is also in Scrandinavia this week. O.B City lineup, who are battling inside that third and fourth spot with Bayern Bru there. Willie, Lenny, Lewis, Nathan, Stevie and Stephen all available for O.B City this week. No need for any commissioner players this week as they look to try and get a hold of that third place spot in the table. Rapid Viennetta with a surprise appearance from our very own commissioner Chopper, as Rapid Viennetta look to have a bit of a hard work night this week with only 5 players available, no substitutions for them. Niall, Cal, Aidan, James all available from the main lineup to complete the 5-man lineup for Rapid Viennetta. Fatburn Rovers currently at the top, but for how long? They will have to test themselves tonight, also with only 5 players available. Terry, Matthew, Sean, Timber and Mitchell all there for Fatburn Rovers as they look to stave off a late attack for that top spot from Parmesan Belgrade. Ivory Toast start off with 5 players available for them, but as mentioned earlier, Ross does join them from the second game onwards. Buther, MJ, David, Connor all available from the main lineup with Captain Greg missing this week again. Lewis comes in from the start from commissioner, and as said, Ross joins them afterwards. And finally, looking at the Bayern Bru lineup this week, no commissioners as well for them this week, and they have a very strong attended lineup with Colin, Trey, Leaps, Gareth, Taylor, Martin and Paul all available for Bayern Bru as they look to battle with O.B City for that third spot in the table. And looking at the league table, Fatburn Rovers there above, just 1 point ahead of Parmesan Belgrade at the top. Bayern Bru, O.B City battling for that third place with only 1 point separating them. Ivory Toast on 40, Rapid Viennetta 32, Flaberdeen on 26 and Scrandinavia on 25. First match of week 10 to bring you is a top versus bottom, Fatburn Rovers versus Scrandinavia. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right and Scrandinavia in red shooting right to left. Fatburn Rovers full of main core team members, with Scandinavia heavy relying upon commissioners this week. And just a note in advance as we're into the first game here, we apologise in advance. The rain, the wind, it was all atrocious, and so all of our matches will have a bit of visual disruption from the raindrops, as you can see on the camera just now. Fatburn Rovers coming forward after defending a Scandinavia attack early on here, and Fatburn Rovers retain possession here with Finlay in the middle of the pitch. Finlay pushing forward, can he finish? Yes, he does on the second time of asking there. I thought the first time was going to hit in the back of the net, but the ball came straight back to him and he manages to get a second chance to that first one. It looked like as if it was going to trickle into the corner there, and then it's just flicked there on the edge of the box, and the goal is given by the referee there. So 1-0 to Fatburn Rovers in this match. Scrandinavia off to a bit of a disaster, you have to say, but they have replied back instantly through Johnny, and you hear that round of applause in the background showing the appreciation for the quality of the finish there. Johnny having a storming season as a commissioner player there, and what a finish that is, just into the bottom corner of the goal there from the far side. So quickly as it happened, Scrandinavia back into the match. 1-1 the scoreline now, but Fatburn Rovers looking like they're in control here, but they've lost the ball, and Ryan here looking to come forward, takes the shot, and it is just wide of the goal there, and the second opportunity doesn't hit the target either, so the scoreline does not move from its score draw as Fatburn Rovers attacking into the Scandinavia half and putting their goal under threat. But they've lost the ball now. Scandinavia move forward. Could this be a chance to counter-attack for Scandinavia? Johnny there. Oh, and the finish is there from Johnny. It looked like that might have just trundled away round the post and the opportunity gone. But that is a fine finish there from Johnny. Doesn't get it cleanly in the contact there, but maybe that is the cutting edge that makes it put the goalkeeper off and end up into the back of the net. So Fatburn Rovers now 2-1 behind in this match. Could we see a title chance shift, a change in the leader at the top after these results this week? But the shot there from Sean showing that Fatburn Rovers definitely not ready to give up on this shot they have of the title. This would be their first title as well. Parmesan Belgrade previous season winners as well, so this will mean a lot for Fatburn Rovers as Mitchell hits the crossbar there with a brilliant solo run, but unfortunately can't apply the finish there. The ball's gone all the way back to Sean in the Fatburn Rovers half. Finlay there, but the pass is short. Josh has a chance now, and he finishes it there. And Scrandinavia have gone incredibly into a 3-1 lead. Scrandinavia, who have been wailing for most of the season due to absences, long-term absences of key players here. But they have taken a shock 3-1 lead in this match. And the big question is, will they be able to hold on to it, or will the attacking prowess of Fatburn Rovers be too much for them to stave off here? This could have a huge say in the way that the season pans out. And as a reminder, with these Season 9 Week 10 highlights that were shown to you today, there's only 2 more weeks left before, or 2 more rounds of fixtures to be correct, before the season concludes. So this could give Parmesan Belgrade the upper hand that they need at a pivotal time in the season. As the ball's played out wide, Scandinavia coming forward again. Johnny with a chance, and Timbers block there. That could be massively crucial, but Fatburn Rovers come forward, Sean, and there is a goal for Fatburn Rovers there. Great counter-attacking there from Fatburn Rovers. Mitchell find himself halfway up the pitch, and Scandinavia, who definitely smelt blood there to try and get a fourth, have to scramble back in defence. Sean takes his time there with the finish, places it into the corner there, and it is 3-2 now. Scandinavia still holding that lead, still 1 goal in the lead, but it is going to be a bit of a nervy time for them, considering that the slender lead could easily flip again, as I said, given the attacking ability of Fatburn Rovers that's found them top. Although Johnny there looking like he is in form this week and is hungry for goals after getting the ones early there. An unorthodox pass there from Thomas, and it's found all the way across, and Terry will look like to get that ball into control up against Ryan. Terry's lost it though, Ryan has it now, and Scandinavia have the chance to come forward once again. Johnny looks to go forward, thought he was going to take the shot on, takes the shot this time, but the save there from Matthew Ingalls. Mitchell shoot from distance. Oh, and that's a brilliant goal there from Mitchell. It came out of absolutely nothing there. The block from Matthew Ingalls lands at Mitchell's feet, takes it under control there, lets the bounce, and then hits it on the half volley. And Sam Ingalls for Scandinavia is just left standing watching that ball go past him. And all of a sudden, Fatburn Rovers back into this game. 3-3 now the scoreline in this match. As Scandinavia looking to come forward once again with Ryan on the far side, but unfortunately does not end in any luck for them. So after being in a comfortable position, or a relatively comfortable position there, Scandinavia have found themselves now 1-1 into this game as they just drag the shot wide through Thomas. That would have put them into the lead once again at 4-3, but it remains at 3-3 as Finlay comes forward now for Fatburn Rovers. Will they be able to flip this game? And he has! And for the first time in this match, Fatburn Rovers lead in this game. 4-3 now the scoreline. The comeback surely completed there. I mean, there's still plenty of time for the match to go on. However, they're in that driving seat that they wanted to be in, Fatburn Rovers, and now it is in their control to a larger degree than it was before. As Finlay takes a shot there, and that looked like out of nothing, and it dipped just above the goal line there. Not sure if it was ever under threat, but my word, out of something of nothing, that is very close there. Terry now in goals for Fatburn Rovers, looking to get things restarted after the pass back from Timber there. Sean taking that ball under control, done well there, made some space, found Mitchell going forward, and Mitchell there looks like he has wrapped up things for Fatburn Rovers here now. A 2-goal lead for them over Scrandinavia. That should really seal it up unless Scrandinavia have some miracle comeback. There is still time for that, however. You've got to think that with Fatburn Rovers' track record, the fact that they're 2 goals ahead now, that should be them in control. But there's Scrandinavia there getting a shot on target. Terry did well to make the save there, but there's still a threat here from Scrandinavia. Will Fatburn Rovers be able to keep that back door closed, or will they see their lead slip away? Poor ball there from Sam, finds Mitchell, and he's hit the crossbar again. And a reminder, that's twice now Mitchell has hit the crossbar in this game. In theory, this could be a larger lead for Fatburn Rovers. So Thomas in space, lovely ball there from Johnny, but unfortunately Thomas can't quite get onto the end of it early enough, and it's a tight angle, and Terry makes the save there. Fatburn Rovers up into the Scandinavia half now. They're not out of this game. They're still looking to try and seal it up as Scandinavia on the counter now. Thomas plays out wide to Johnny. Johnny tries to find Thomas over the head of Josh there. Thomas goes into the dead camera zone, and we just await to see who comes out with the ball. And it looks like Timbers won that as Mitchell plays up to Finlay. Finlay in a good position. Finlay applies the finish, and that surely must be the 3 points there. You may have heard the celebrations there from Timber as that ball hit the back of the net there, and that pretty much sums up Fatburn Rovers' attitude to this result. A brilliant comeback from them, and unfortunately for Scandinavia, when it looked like they'd be in a good position, they lose 6-3 as the final score. Game number 2 of week 10 of Fat Five's football sees Bayern Bru versus Flaberdeen. Bayern Bru in purple shooting left to right, and Flaberdeen in blue shooting right to left. Once again, as noted in the previous video, all of our match footage will be subject and victim to the weather, folks. So just again, a small apologies for any of the quality. Nothing much we can do about the typical Scottish weather as Flaberdeen come forward. A corner there with a shot just goes wide of goal there. Craig goes for Bayern Bru. Didn't have much knowledge of where that ball ended up after the shot, but lucky for him, it ended up at the other end of the pitch. Connor here on an amazing solo run there, and unfortunately just came to an end there with a bit of a heavy touch as the ball went into the box, and Craig goes for Bayern Bru, cleared it there. Leach for the chance now, and it is just nicked passes that there. I don't know if it quite threatened the goal line there, but my word, in between the goalkeeper and the goal is never a comfortable place as Connor hits the crossbar there, dug all the way back for Flaberdeen, eventually sees it back to Zach in goals for them. Flaberdeen coming forward now through Connor. Connor with a shot, once again hitting the woodwork there, and you might have heard a bit of the frustration there from Connor. Apologies for any naughty language that might have been heard over the microphones there, as Connor once again gets the ball after a bad pass, and Connor now sees his goal hit the back of the net there. Paul with a bad clearance there, you have to say, goes straight to Connor there, and then Connor takes the opportunity to follow up after the frustration of his miss earlier there to convert and get the goal for Flaberdeen, as they are the first team in this match to break the deadlock here. And straight away from kickoff there, another bad pass straight into Connor, as Connor there eventually sees his shot saved, and Craig has the ball in the box there. Zach ball at feet, looking to push it forward as he spreads it out there to Ross on the other side. As mentioned earlier, Ross available for this game only for Flaberdeen, and he then moves over to Ivory Toast to kind of balance out the numbers between the teams as we have this week. Flaberdeen now on the attack once again. Ross with the ball, looking to find Jamie there, but unfortunately Jamie can't make strong contact with the pass there, and it goes into the goalkeeper as Gareth looks to play it from the back for Bayern Bru here. Gareth ball at feet, dancing feet it has to say there, but it's still there. Connor, unorthodox interception there, but Jamie has the ball, tries to play it off the boards, does find Connor, but unfortunately bounces away, and now Bayern Bru on the attack, but instantly there it's lost, and Ross now with the chance, and Ross with the goal for Flaberdeen to put them 2-0 ahead in this match. Good interception there from Doug, plays it into the feet of Ross. Ross then, seeing the numbers that are in front of him, including Jamie there for help, decides to go forward, goes himself and applies the finish on a solo effort there. 2-0 Flaberdeen, and this will boost their chances to move them away from the bottom of the table, which they are sat for so long until recently, swapping places with the decimated Scrandinavia. Bayern Bru just taking a minute here for the substitutions to come on the pitch, and they'll get underway here in the long ball up to Gareth. Gareth has a player in front of him, takes a shot. Oh, it's just wide there from Gareth. Some finish that would be if it hit that top corner there, and Flaberdeen will look to restart from the back. Zach to Ross. Ross looking to try and find a teammate here, and he plays it there to Connor. Connor now coming forward. Connor on the solo run and applies the finish there for his second goal of the game there. Connor making a huge impact in this match for Flaberdeen there. Nice little turn away from Coco there, and just with a tight bit of space he manages to apply the finish there. Craig unable to get a hand onto it there, and it's now 3-0 to Flaberdeen. And this will, as said earlier, be a huge boost for them if they can walk away with the 3 points. Still plenty of time in this match here, as Zach looks to get things underway, going straight to the impactful corner. And he's done it again. He's past Coco, but with the shot there, it's bounced off of Leaps there. And Leaps, oh, now while I'm looking at Leaps to make sure he was alright for it, Bayern Bru have pushed forward. Coco there lets the ball run to Gareth, and then Gareth there with a shot from distance, and it goes in the back of the net. And there might have been a little bit of stoppage there as some of the Flaberdeen players just checking that Leafs is okay. But however, Bayern Bru have played on with the possession, with their player being the one that sits. They're within the right to do so, and they've taken advantage of it to make it 3-1 in this match. And I was distracted there for a minute just to make sure that Leafs was okay. We weren't going to see a player in some very discomfort there, but not the case. And Bayern Bru have taken a surprising goal from that situation. 3-1 now the scoreline, and an opportunity for Bayern Bru to get back into this match before it completely gets away from them. The long ball from Zach up to find Ross. Ross into the corner there, but he's got a way out and found Connor. Connor tried to find Ross there, but looks like it's been intercepted. And Gareth now with the ball midway takes a shot, and once again an absolute strike there from Gareth out of nowhere. Once again he hits it from distance and finds a way past Zach. Josh there trying to put the leg out in front to put him off and close down the gap there. You can see the frustration from Zach. To be fair, you have to just take your hat off to Gareth in that one and the one before. Had two brilliant strikes that have met the top corner there, and that gives Bayern Bru a chance back into this game, with the scoreline being 3-2 now, only a 1 goal difference. And Bayern Bru have an opportunity to get back into the level score as Ross takes that away from the goal scorer Gareth, but the cross there only finds the feet of Taylor, and he'll see it back to his goalkeeper there. Leaps there, taking a bit of a heavy touch, and is right into Connor's feet, and Connor applies the finish and punishes Leaps for the mistake and rounds off his hat-trick. A gift of a ball there, you have to say, right into the feet of him there, and he's got time and space. Taylor comes in to apply some pressure, but it is a bit late from the rest of the Bayern Bru defence, and Connor was able to place that into the back of the net to restore the lead to 2 goals for Flaberdeen, and to potentially stop any sort of momentum of Bayern Bru coming back in. Bit of a shout there for a handball there, but the referees wave play on. A reminder, none of these guys are professional, or you would even classify into the amateur region, as Gareth just hits wide there. So there will be a bit of clumsiness, there will be times where the ball bounces and the hands are there, as long as we say the rules, as long as there's nothing done in a way to gain a big advantage or to be circumventing the rules. They normally let the play roll on. However, it doesn't stop the players from having a bit of a claim and a bit of a shout about it. But it has got to be within some reason there, as Connor finds Sean. Sean playing across the Ross to the back post. Craig's committed back to Connor, and Connor gets a fourth there, and that's some fine passing there from Flaberdeen. Sean rolling it across the Ross. You thought he would just pull the trigger there as Craig closed down the gaps there with the save. Ross keeps a cool head, sees Connor in space there, and Connor puts in the back of the net. Credit to Craig though, he did get a hand on it, just unfortunately it wasn't strong enough to push the ball away from the goal mouth there, but he recovered well there, even if the ball did still hit the back of the net. And the scoreline now reads 5-2, with Flaberdeen back in with that 3-goal lead in this match, as the ball lands straight into the hands of Zach there, and he will get Flaberdeen underway once again. Ross playing it to Sean. Sean in the middle of the pitch, will he shoot from distance? He does, and unfortunately it slips through the hands of Craig there. It looked like he was about to get 2 strong hands behind that shot to deny it going in, but it went through them slamming into the back of the net, and that is a 6th goal for Flaberdeen in this match. Flaberdeen must have this game all tied up. There might still be changes in terms of the scoreline, but you would think that this would be a strong enough scoreline here for Flaberdeen to see the game out and to not put themselves under any more pressure and walk away with the full points here. Flaberdeen, though, still looking for goals up into the Bayern Bru half. Bayern Bru having to defend here, and then eventually they clear the ball away there through Gareth after the save from the shot. Bayern Bru looking to come forward, finding Taylor. Can Taylor get a goal here? Oh, unfortunately, he just skissed that ball, probably most likely due to the worsening conditions as the players play on there. And Zach collects that gratefully and holds the ball. Doug now getting past Coco. Doug through on, and Craig with a fine save there, and his defence there able to pick up the ball and play it back to him. Into the last bit of play here, a long ball played up to Gareth as Bayern Bru in a bit of a hit and hope moment just now to try and get anything. Play back to Taylor though. Taylor in a good position. Can he get the shot away? He does. Oh, and Zach there with a vital tip of the toe. And there goes the full-time whistle to make it 6-2 to Flaberdeen. Game number 3 sees Rapid Viennetta versus Ivory Toast. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting left to right, and Ivory Toast in yellow shooting right to left. These teams not quite in contention in the league, not far apart from each other. Both will be looking for 3 points in this match as Aiden just hit over the top of the goal there. Nice little flick there, trying to beat Lewis there in goals for Ivory Toast. Lewis making a bit of a change from blue to yellow as David comes through, and David there in the back of the net with the first goal of the match. MJ there playing a nice little ball to him. Cal stepping forward, trying to make the tackle there, and David actually plays it just through Cal there, and Chopper in goals guesses the wrong way, and David gets the opening goal of the match. Ivory Toast 1-0 up, and they look to get things underway here through Rapid Viennetta as Buther looks to pick up that ball and then play it back to Lewis in goals. Lewis playing it to MJ now. MJ looking to get that ball up the field and does so for Buther to get onto the end of it. Can he get on the end of it? He does. Cuts back into the middle, a bit heavy there, and MJ will collect the ball here all the way back to his defence to try and reset things once again. Still has the ball in hand, but finds Buther up into the Rapid Viennetta half as Buther plays the passes short to Aiden. Aiden now going himself a little bit here with a shot. Oh, and there's the finish there by Aiden through the legs of Buther there, and Lewis is completely blindsided by it there. Aiden comes himself there, and there, I'm not sure if it's the cross or the shot, but it's definitely on target. Hits the inside of the post there, through the legs of Buther, and it is 1-0. I just wonder if he was actually originally looking to play that through to James. You can see he looks up for James, but he will claim that was completely on purpose, and that is the storyline we will go with. As Ivory Toast come forward now. David once given the ball, looking to get Pascal. He's done it again. Comes for the middle of the pitch, flicks it, and it's a second goal for David and a second goal for Ivory Toast. And it is straight after Rapid Viennetta getting back into this game. David coming forward there, a little bit of a turn there, a chop back in, and then just uses the right foot there. Once again, Chopper guessing the wrong way, and David hitting it into the left hand there with the outside of the boot there. Very clever finish there as Ivory Toast go into the lead. The ball has been intercepted by Connor as Connor comes through with David. David to Connor, and they've done it again. Ivory Toast instantly after kickoff there. They are straight back in with another goal. Connor coming forward there. Nice little flick to David. David, maybe a bad touch there rather than the pass, but then Connor just places it into that bottom corner, and Chopper unable to get anything on that there to make it 3-1 in this match. And Rapid Viennetta very quickly finding themselves 2 goals behind in this game. Still early on, but not an ideal position. And a note for viewers here, both these teams only have 5 players, so there'll be no substitutions here. They'll have to go the full length of the match, meaning if they go fast and hard early on, they're going to have to keep it up, these players, for the rest of the match. As Cal, let's play that back to Chopper. Chopper with the save there. Chopper the second save, and it is being deflected wide there. Incredible chance from Ivory Toast. It's been made by defensive mistakes by Rapid Viennetta, but Chopper there with 2 saves to deny Ivory Toast going 4 up. Rapid Viennetta up into the Ivory Toast half, into the corner. Cal now with the ball. Nice ball there through to Aiden. Aiden back to Cal. Cal the shot. Cal with the finish. And there's maybe a ray of hope for Rapid Viennetta in this match. Aiden there having a little bit of pressure from Connor coming on there. And in fact, the pass from this angle looked like MJ almost got an interception into that pass with Cal, but he managed to receive it well and hit the shot into the far corner past Lewis, and goals for Ivory Toast to make it 3-2. And only a 1 goal difference in this match now. David with the ball there, flicking it all the way up to Butha there. But Butha unable to get that ball fully under control there. Niall receiving that pass and playing it all the way back to Cal. Cal scooping it up and Aiden's in the edge of the box. On the header. Oh, it's just wide there. That would have been a remarkable goal if that had hit the back of the net there. But not to be for Aiden and not to be for Rapid Viennetta. Cal there with the block from David. Shot. Chopper there with the dive expected to hit there, and Chopper with the foot save there, and now Niall had a chance there to go forward, but it was intercepted by Ivory Toast. MJ with the ball back, healing it to his own teammate there as Chopper gets a save on the ball. There's stop that cross coming in across. Chopper rolls that ball out to Aiden. Aiden now, oh, brilliant ball to James. James through on goal. Can he finish? Yes, he can. And that's a fantastic counter-attack there from Rapid Viennetta. And it's put them right back into this match, making it 3-3 the scoreline. Brilliant pass there from Aiden to find James there. Great run by James as well. Quick thinking there from Chopper as well in the goals, rolling that out to Aiden. Seen the opportunity, fluid movement there from back to front, and they have been rewarded with the goal there. 3-3 in this match. You feel like there's still more goals coming though. Don't think this will be the end of it as Davis switches that ball across to MJ there. MJ looks to play off the boards, finds Butha, but Cal's got to it first after a heavy touch. Can Cal get past David? He has. Cal on the far side. Now does he need help here? He's going to cut in. He plays it to Aiden. Aiden with a shot. Rapid Viennetta with the 4th, and they are in the lead after flipping this game around, being 2 goals down early on. They now found themselves in a controlling position now, 4-3 the scoreline. Brilliant finish there by Aiden. Full credit to Cal for holding that ball up after getting past David there, waiting for the assist there, but most importantly finding it there as David takes a shot after kickoff there, and it just goes wide, and Chopper will see that in goals gratefully. They are looking for some opportunities. They'll roll out there to Aiden, bouncing ball. Can he hit it in the volley? Oh, he did make a connection to it, but credit to Lewis, a fine save there to stop any danger. Rapid Viennetta intercepting Ivory Toast passes. Now they now look a little bit sloppy. They're maybe thrown a bit off after being behind. Oh, and there's a shout for in the box there, but I think it's fine. Referee had a good view for it. David comes forward. David now. Oh, he's dummied the goalkeeper and he slammed it into the back of the net. He goaded in Chopper to make the commitment early on there, David. And David just runs all the way through then as Chopper's down on the knee. He turns it round, opens up the gap and finishes it off there to make it 4-4 in this match. Rapid Viennetta getting us underway once again after losing that lead. And as mentioned earlier, there was definitely going to be more goals in this game, and it is certainly delivered now here on this side, collecting the ball, playing it through to Aiden. Aiden takes a shot, and a save there from Lewis. Not quite knowing where that ball is, but it managed to stay out from crossing over the goal line. Lewis will be thankful for that after losing sight of it there. Chopper receiving that ball. They're looking to get things started for Rapid Viennetta, and a ball up to Aiden. It's a bit of a poor one, but Aiden will get onto the end of it there. Now Aiden looking to get some help from that corner. David's intercepted though. David on the run here. David through, playing it through to MJ. MJ with a fine finish there, and Ivory Toast have retaken the lead. And the driving seat of this game is flipping between the teams here incredibly. Rapid Viennetta one moment claiming it back, and Ivory Toast snatching it back to put them into the seat. 5-4 now. Ivory Toast scoring 2 goals in a row there to get them into the comfortable position, as Niall here looking to find a player. He finds Aiden, but unfortunately nothing comes from that attack. Ivory Toast on the defence just now, and as Rapid try and play it across the Cal there, it's intercepted, and MJ here can look to find David. Can Cal get the first? MJ with the pass to David. David with the shot, and Chopper there with the save as the ball rolled out to Niall. Niall there getting a bit of luck there, corner missing that. He looks to be played into Aiden. Aiden does win the ball here, and Aiden looks to play it across the Cal. Cal now forward, and it's intercepted there by Buther and lands at David. And now the moves on here as Buther's in the place, and Buther Luther applies the finish there. Brilliant counter-attack from Ivory Toast. The ball played up to David there. David with a lovely pass through the two defenders there. One-on-one with the keeper there. And Chopper guesses wrong there. Luther applying the finish. And that is 6-4 in this match. Ivory Toast give themselves a 2-goal lead once again. But Niles won the ball here. Niall, can he make anything from this opportunity? Pass it to James. James to Aidan. Can Aidan get the goal here? Just wide of the goal. Niall still has it though and finds Aidan. And Aidan gets a goal here and has pulled it back to only a 1-goal difference now. Niall on the far side. Pick up that ball after it was shot wide by Aidan. Aidan there on the edge of the box. Puts it into the back of the net just under the crossbar there. Lewis darting across to try and get a hand on it and is unable to. And there's only 1 goal back in this. This game has been absolutely thrilling. Goals at either end, chances at either end. The lead switching hands constantly. Will we see any more shocks in this game? Or will Ivory Toast be able to see this out with the 1-goal lead? Chopper there collecting that ball after Connor unfortunately runs it into the goalkeeper's box. And the ball is just playing along the back here as Rapid look to try and open up. And here's Aidan with a chance. Aidan onto a through ball there. And just wide. Good save there by Lewis. As the ball finds Callan into the area. And Rapid Viennetta back into the 6-0. And they have clawed themselves after being 2 goals behind once again to get them back into a fighting position. They're currently on track for getting a point, but they're going to have to defend well. Nobody is safe in this game. Incredible 6-0 now. And either of these teams can go forward. This match later than the others to get started, so whilst there's full-time whistles going on other pitches, this game continues to play on here. Rapid Viennetta up into the Ivory Toast half, and Ivory Toast, they're saying it back to the goalkeeper. And now David's been delivered the ball there from Lewis. David going through, David with a shot and it's blocked. Connor can pick it up here. David can go collect it. There is time running away for both teams. Dave plays the ball to MJ. MJ is the box, and there's the 7th goal, and Ivory Toast take the lead again there. David on the far side takes the ball into the corner there. Chopper tries to get the foot on it there. It goes past him. MJ's at the back post there. And as Chopper dives to try and stop that ball from going into the back of net, he's unable to. And MJ records the 7th goal for Ivory Toast in this game. And will that be the final score, or will there still be some action to come as Ivory Toast look to try and head up the pitch but are found into the wall of the Rapid Viennetta defence there? We're into the last bits of play here. Now hits the cross at James with the chance. James, it's just trickled past the post, and is that going to be the chance for Rapid? Aidan with the shot, saved from Lewis, booted away there by MJ. Ball goes out of play, full-time whistle, 7-6 to Ivory Toast. Match number 4 of week 10 sees Parmesan Belgrade versus O.B City. Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting left to right, and O.B City in black shooting right to left. Early on there, Parmesan Belgrade with the opportunity to move forward but unable to capitalise upon it. As Stephen comes forward now for O.B City, he is hustled there all the way into the Parmesan Belgrade corner there. And we wait to see who comes out. And the ball is out there. And it's ended up in the back of the net. And it's Stephen there who has got that goal from the corner. The initial save from Michael bounces back straight into the feet of Stephen there. And Stephen's the first one to react for O.B City to put that ball into the back of the net to give them a 1-0 lead in this match. And will that be a sign of things to come? A reminder, Parmesan Belgrade only 1 point behind Fatburn Rovers, and they'll be looking to pick up as many points as possible to make that leap into top spot there as Lewis hits the post and the ball comes all the way back to Martin. Parmesan Belgrade need to pick up points, but they're living a charmed life as Willie hits the back of the net and puts O.B City 2 goals in front now. And could this spell disaster already for Parmesan Belgrade with 2 early goals there for O.B City, putting them under pressure in this match as we look to get things underway once again. Martin looking to flick that ball to Chucky, but Willie gets there first. Willie with a shot and the save from Michael, and O.B City really taking this game to Parmesan Belgrade. But eventually Parmesan Belgrade do get that ball under control on the far side there with Jordan pushing forward. And he takes the shot here, and the save from Stevie in goals gives Lewis an opportunity to push forward, but unfortunately can't convert anything from that. So O.B City here very quickly, 2 goals up as Lewis with an opportunity there. It's cut out straight away by Martin. Chucky, nice little turn and the shot away there, but Stevie managed to get some strong hands behind that shot to deny him an opportunity to get a goal in this game. Willie there trying to find Lewis in the edge of the box there. Does eventually get it over Stephen there, but it doesn't receive to its target there as Stephen intercepts O.B City. Stephen for Parmesan Belgrade has intercepted now. Martin with the ball. Martin takes the pass and Willie's intercepted and unfortunately put it into the back of his own goal there. Martin all on his own up front, look to play that across to Stephen. Willie there with the touch and Stevie there with a slip, and unfortunately for him there, he cannot get a hand on that ball. And Parmesan Belgrade with a massive slice of luck have found themselves a way back into this match when it looked like they were on the ropes there early on, with O.B City threatening them very, very early on. Stephen there playing his own pass to him as he continues to push forward, but it's been intercepted by Stephen for Parmesan, and Stevie there with the save. It's landed back with Stephen though. Stephen still pushing forward through the O.B defence, and Stephen's got a second goal, and that makes the game all square once again. That early lead for O.B City now obliterated between the own goal and Stephen's shot here. Lovely footwork from Stephen as he dances through several players there and then applies the finish past Stevie to give Parmesan Belgrade's second goal here. Could have been Stephen's second if Willie hadn't unfortunately stepped in front of the pass there and put it into the back of his net. These teams now back at a score level now, 2-2 as O.B City look to come forward. Nathan with the ball, nice little run there, takes the shot on and just wide of the goal there. Parmesan Belgrade will pick that up and look to restart. It's O.B City once again that we join here as Stephen's battle away there with Paddy. It's forced all the way back to Stevie, but eventually Stevie plays it to Lewis and a save there from Michael. And fortunate enough for Michael, as it comes back off the netting, it bounces on the back of the crossbar, meaning Parmesan Belgrade get the chance to recollect themselves as Paddy looks to play into Jordan. Jordan, can he convert here? Great save there by Stevie on the edge of the goalkeeper's box there, and that keeps O.B City into this scoreline. No goals yet further than what we've seen already. The quick forward at the start of this game as a bit of a mix up there, and Lenny almost had an opportunity there right in front of the goals there, but is unable to capitalise as Paddy there hits the post. It's swinging between the both ends here this match as Parmesan Belgrade hitting the post there, having their own opportunities. Lenny intercepts there, plays it through to Stephen. Lenny now back from Stephen, and Stephen for Parmesan Belgrade intercepts as he comes forward, takes the shot. Oh, and the save there for Stevie, and Paddy's on the rebound there. It was a fine shot from Stephen from distance there, from way out, way past the halfway line there. Stevie makes the save there. Paddy the first to jump on that. Paddy keeps it cool and calm, slots it in, and you can see the fist raised there from Paddy in celebration. You can see how much that means to Parmesan Belgrade. They know they're in the driving seat now, and if they keep control of this game, they'll be able to walk away with a vital 3 points that they will need to get themselves into that top position in the league. O.B City on the defence now, just off into the dead camera zone there as they look to play it back to their goalkeeper Stevie to get things underway once again. Ball's played out there though, and Stephen's intercepted. Stephen Farmer's Belgrade still coming forward, and he slots it away. And Parmesan Belgrade now 2 goals to the good in this match. Stephen having a massive say in this game here, and that puts them into a prime position. And you can see some of the frustration of the O.B City players being 2-0 up. They knew the importance of walking away with points in this game, and it is starting to pass them by. There is still time for them to come back into this match, but the question is, will it be enough? Chucky coming forward now with the ball, looks to back heel it, but Willie read that well and plays it up to Stephen for O.B. Stephen going for Steve with the shot, and Michael with the save, and now the ball is being collected by Jordan, but unfortunately nothing comes from that as Lewis takes a long shot. It hits off the backboard and lands with Stephen on the other side of the pitch. Stephen back to Lewis in the middle of the pitch now. Lewis with the shot, just wide of the goal there, inches away from that shot being hitting the target there, either just hitting the framework or putting Michael under some pressure there, but neither happened. It remains 4-2 in this match. Michael ball in hand, looking to get going once again, rolls it out to Stephen. Stephen, nice little touch to take it away from Lenny. He's on the far side there. Can he get past Lenny? Looks to hold it up. Lovely turn. Takes the shot. Hits off the backboard. Jordan will collect on this side. Jordan, ball at feet, looking for some help here. Sees on running. Chucky doesn't need it. Smashes it into the back of the net. And then it's 5-2 in this match. Parmesan Belgrade looking like they will be walking away with the 3 points now. A 3-goal cushion. O.B City, unfortunately, after going 2 goals up, that's now 5 goals they have conceded in a row in this match. It might be a tall order for them to come back into this game. And Parmesan Belgrade now with the ball at feet. Stephen taking his time, looking for the opening here. Opts to go with Chucky. Chucky, a lovely ball there to Paddy. Can Paddy apply the finish? Does, but Stevie gets out a strong foot and goes for O.B City and makes the save. Jordan with the ball, looking to get them in front of Lenny. I think Lenny might have got there first. It trickles along the edge of the box. Stevie there almost with another Willie own goal, but does well to keep a hold of the ball there as Nathan has the ball at feet. Nathan looking to push forward, has help, looks to play to Lewis. Lewis for the shot. Lewis for the goal. That makes it 5-3 now. That lead is starting to cut away. There is not a huge amount of time. O.B City will need to push forward and be clinical, but great finish there by Lewis. Some fantastic hold-up play there from Nathan as well to find Lewis. So big credit for him for that one and the involvement in the goal. Unfortunately for Michael, just couldn't get a stronger touch on it here. And you can tell Parmesan Belgrade wary of the lead that they've got. It might be 2 goals, but it is only 2 goals as they look to try and slow things down a bit as Willie plays that ball up to Lenny. Lenny can't get it under control. Paddy with a chance here. Can they restore the 3-goal lead? Been denied by Stevie. Willie there blocks the ball there from Lewis and then plays it into him, and Lewis is past to Martin. Lewis takes the shot, but it's high and over. Nathan will collect on the far side. Nathan now. Will he find a player? He takes the shot and it does convert, and it's now 5-4 the scoreline. It's going to be tight. O.B City very close to completing this comeback here to get themselves into the game and walk away with something. But right now, they're still 1 behind. Big credit to Nathan for that goal. Very tight angle. Did well to apply the finish. But the big question is going to be, will Parmesan Belgrade see this out? They did this a few seasons back. They would take leads and let them slip and end up losing games here. But can they see them out with this different lineup from those days? Chucky with the ball at feet. Chucky just looking to kill the time here. Michael, ball there, got it in hands. I think there's a substitution happening as well. Really utilising here. Referee decides that's enough. 5-4, final score, Parmesan Belgrade win. And it's game number 5 here at week 10, Fat 5 football season 9. O.B City versus Ivory Toast. O.B City in black, shooting left to right. Ivory Toast in yellow, shooting right to left. Stephen here for O.B City, pushing forward. Lenny at the end of the ball, but a save there by Lewis in goals. And Stephen's shot goes wide there. Early chance there for O.B City after narrowly losing their last match. As Lewis comes forward for O.B City, the good save there from Lewis, and he does keep a hold of the ball this time, and then it can roll it out. O.B City defending here with Stephen. Stephen ball at feet, looking to cut into the middle of the pitch, plays it forward. Lewis there, there's the box, takes a shot. Another fine save there from Lewis. And Ross, who's just joined Ivory Toast for this game and the following game from Flaberdeen, is there to play it back to goalkeeper. O.B City push forward once again. It's intercepted by David. Stevie there with his own save. Well, Lewis, whatever you can do, Stevie can also do, is the saying in this match. As Ivory Toast have intercepted the ball here into the corner. Play it across to Ross. Ross now edge of the box. And Ross smashes that into the back of the net there. Fine finish from him there. The ball coming in from the corner there. And as Stevie rushes out, he plays the shot high into the roof of the net with power. And that is the opening goal in this game. 1-0 to Ivory Toast. Ross there with the opening goal as Connor picks up the loose ball there. And Connor looking to play into the goal scorer there. Find himself back in a defensive position. Ball into the corner here as Nathan goes to try and force a bit of an action from Ivory Toast here. They just play it back to Lewis and goes and look to start off safely. Ross on the far side. Ball at feet, play it into David. David tries to pull off the back heel, doesn't quite there. Lewis has picked it up for O.B City to Willie. Willie with the finish there. Great credit to Lewis for the tenacity for both winning that ball and holding on to it. Willie there just hangs off into that space there on the far side and then applies the finish past Lewis, who's had a great start to this match, but unfortunately sees the ball hit the back of his net to make it 1-1, and the teams are back to a level playing field here as O.B City collect the ball in their half and look to defend it now. Ivory Toast have picked it up and passed it to David, and David just sits wide of the mark, and Ivory Toast will breathe a sigh of relief in a position where it looks like they were comfortable holding on to the ball, and it flipped there as Nathan just loses the ball out there. We're playing forward. I think it was a good interception there from Ross. Lewis will get the play underway out to Boothar. Boothar now looks to play that long ball up to Ross, who's switched over to the far side there. Great running from him. Ross looking for some help there. Stephen looks like he wins that ball. Nathan's lost it though. Ross with the finish, and Ross with the goal there. 2 goals to his name for the Ivory Toast team after switching over from Flaberdeen. Instant impact in this match, and into the top corner there. Ross's goal goes in. Ivory Toast there now back in the lead once again. A 1-goal lead, and O.B City having to do it all over again as Stephen straight from kick-off there tries to take a shot at the goalkeeper there, but not quite. Willie back in the O.B defence there, looks to play the ball on, but is intercepted by David, and David has a chance to come forward. David with the shot, David with the goal, and in quick succession there it is 3-1 to Ivory Toast. Willie there trying to play a piercing through ball there, but doesn't quite hit the mark, and David punishes him there with a powerful strike from just in front of the penalty spot there. And Ivory Toast 2-goal lead now, and looking slightly more comfortable with that, although O.B City coming once again, but the pass there not quite finding the teammates, and Ivory Toast will pick that up. O.B City looking to come forward now with a shot, and Lewis there with a save. Lands at Nathan. Nathan's shot is saved again by Lewis. 2 great saves there, and forces O.B City back to their captain. Willie coming forward now with the shot, but it's dragged wide there, and Lewis will collect it on the far side. Lewis dancing between players there, takes a shot and hits the post. And O.B City are being denied either by Lewis or by framework here. They are just unable to get that ball into the back of the net currently. They're in the dead zone corner there as they play it out to David. David now, and Ivory Toast going forward. David the shot, saved there from Stevie. Fortunately bounces off an O.B player and goes straight back to the goalkeeper for a bit of rest bite for O.B City. Willie coming forward now, thought about the pass there and then delayed it, and he's telling Lewis to play into that space, and Lewis in goals for Ivory Toast makes the save once again to deny O.B City from getting another goal. Ross playing that ball forward to Nathan. Nathan takes that ball under control, looks to push now. Nathan with the shot. Nathan takes it, and Lewis in goals saves once again. Brilliant performance here by Lewis in goals for Ivory Toast. He has seen the ball go past him once, but he's been doing well so far to keep that at a 3-1 scoreline as MJ's finds Ross. Lovely footwork from Ross there. Ross, can he cut in? Oh, that would have been an ideal pass, but it was just a bit weak there, and Willie's coming forward now. Plays it out to Stephen. Stephen, can he get the shot away? It's blocked, and Lewis will collect it there, and they just cannot find the back of the net. O.B City, the ball's been given away. Ross is forward here. Ross to David. David with the shot. David with the goal, and it goes from one end to the other there. Apologies earlier, I said it was Willie coming forward. It's actually Lenny. Willie was there in defence there, and David applying that finish there. Brilliant interception there from Ross, and a great pass to find him, and David with the goal to make it 4-1 in this match. O.B City now, huge gap to overcome as they try to find a way back into this game. Unfortunately for them, they just had no luck since that early goal, or that early equaliser goal for them. They just haven't been able to get the ball in the back of the net. It's been the goalkeeper, it's been the framework, it's been players diving in the way, it's been everything that has denied them so far, and they will be feeling that the luck is just not with them right now, but that might all change. There's still time as Willie intercepts here. Now Willie's through on. He's got players. Can he take the shot himself? He does. And the finish there from Willie. Brilliant finish. And they finally got that ball in the back of the net. Is the monkey off their back now? Will the floodgates open? Willie there left to drive into open space there. Ross tries to come across to block, but Willie's finish there goes in under the crossbar there. And it's 4-2 now. Gap cut from 3 goals to only 2 goals. And this might be the opportunity for O.B City to come back into this. Willie's off into the dead camera zone, and it comes out with the ball to Nathan. Nathan switches across to Stephen, but Boothar intercepts it there, a bit of a weak pass, and Lenny does well to cut that out, and O.B City will have a chance to restart here. Stephen coming forward with the ball. Stephen tries to cut into the middle, does so. Nathan's there, doesn't need him, takes a shot and gets the goal, and it's 4-3 now. And from all those chances denied earlier, Lewis and Ivory Toast have seen the ball in the back of their net twice now in quick succession there. Brilliant work there from Stephen to hold off the challenge there, to hold off Boothar, and the finish applied there as Ivory Toast get things underway once again. Straight back to the goalkeeper. Bit unorthodox to see it going straight back to the keeper. It's been intercepted by Stephen. Stephen's coming forward. Ross comes across. Stephen with a finish, and it's 4-4, and O.B City have made the comeback in this match. Stephen there receiving that ball after a slack pass forward there, takes it under control. There's time and space there as Ross tries to come across and to try and get the block on. He cannot as Stephen slots that away, and then it's 4-4. The question is, will this be the end of the scoring? We have seen a number of games being tight between the teams as MJ hits the post. It's now Ivory's Toast's turn to be penalised by the framework as O.B City was earlier. But it still remains 4-4. The shot there from Willie just can't quite get it on target. Contact maybe not as clean as he wanted to, and it just rolls past the goal mouth there. And into the last bit of action here. If any goal happens now, it will surely be the winner. The ball there from Boothar tries to find David. The opportunity was there. It bounced off of Willie. Stephen coming forward, taking O.B City. Nick this. Stephen with a shot. Great save from Lewis. Dives onto the ball. And there it is. Full-time score 4-4 between the teams. Game number 6, halfway through week 10, highlights sees Flaberdeen versus Rapid Viennetta. Flaberdeen in blue shooting left to right, and Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting right to left. Rapid Viennetta on the defence here. These teams very close to each other in the league table. A little bit of a gap still, but Flaberdeen's upsurge in form has definitely helped them to close that gap over recent weeks. As Sean nicks that ball ahead of Chopper, and Sean pushing forward now. Connor on the edge of the Rapid Viennetta box. Connor with the opening goal, and it didn't take long for Flaberdeen to hit the target here. Sean, brilliant interception of that ball, nicking it away from Chopper, and then Connor with the finish there. Unfortunately for James, it bounces just off his hand. He did get a touch it, but just not strong enough, or the shot being potentially so powerful, it's just bounced straight off anyway. 1-0 to Flaberdeen as Rapid Viennetta look to try and get this ball forward all the way through to Niall. Niall on the edge of the box with a little flick there, but it goes behind the goals, and the play will need to be restarted with the Flaberdeen goalkeeper here. Zach collecting that ball behind the goals and looks to get things underway here with a roll out to Connor. Cal goes across to keep him company. Connor keeps going off the backboards there, and it lands with Sean. Sean dancing through a couple of feet here, still has it. Sean applies the finish, and there is the goal for Flaberdeen. 2-0 now. Brilliant work here from Sean. Fortuitous in the first place that lands at his feet, but everything else from there was pure skill there from Sean as he slots it into the back of the net with the outside of the foot. 2-0 Flaberdeen. They will be elated with the start as they close that gap to Rapid Viennetta above them and pull away from Scrandinavia below them there. Rapid Viennetta on the defence as Flaberdeen look to come forward once again, and it's been won there as Aiden pushes forward for Rapid. Aiden takes the shot there, bounces off the feet of Zach there, but it doesn't come to anything else. Chopper unable to get onto that ball in front of Josh. James now rolling it out to Cal. Cal, ball at feet, looking for a player here, as it looks like that might have been trying to hit the Chopper, but Chopper can't quite get to it there, and Zach plays it to Connor as they look to get things going here. Jamie there in the defensive line, intercepted by Chopper, but a heavy touch there, and Connor's away from it. Connor pushing forward. Connor cuts in. Connor finds Sean. Sean with a shot, and Sean with a second goal, and that shot just squeezes under the crossbar there, past James in goal there. Connor, great little run there, squares it across to Sean, and Sean with a finish there. And as James looks to try and get something on that, it goes just under the crossbar, just away from James's palm there, and is unable to get anything on it. And it's 3-0 Flaberdeen very quickly in this match. Flaberdeen establishing a stronghold on this game as they look to try and walk away with some more points, and as I said before, close that gap to Rapid Viennetta below. James here with the run, and Zach there, acrobatic save. Aiden on the follow-up but unable to get on target as Connor looks to pick up that ball, but Cal intercepts and James has it once again. James coming forward, his pass to Sean, still going, looks to play in Niall, but the pass is short and Josh has it now. Josh for Flaberdeen looking to come forward. Josh cuts into the middle of the pitch, looks to play it through the corner. Connor's there, Connor with a shot, and Connor with the second goal, and it's 4-0 Flaberdeen, and Rapid Viennetta really struggling to keep up with Flaberdeen here. The shot there from Connor, powerful into that corner of the goal there. And Chopper in goals, unable to react to it. There's 4-0 now in this match. And instantly there, a poor pass has been intercepted by Connor. Sean comes across, looks to apply the finish, but the block there from the player, and the save there from Chopper in goals as Chopper looks to get Aiden away. Aiden looks to try and get it past Flaberdeen defender there, but is unable to. Word of note, obviously, Flaberdeen had 7 players in the last match, was able to rest, whereas Rapid Viennetta have already played a full game with all 5 players, but no rest here, and it's clear to see which team looks a little bit fresher. Here is Sean with the ball at feet, looks to push forward. Sean now takes the shot, and it's through the legs of Chopper there, and no matter what tiredness from the previous game, that is poor goalkeeping there from Chopper. Sean takes that touch to go wide there, straight at the goalkeeper, and he decides to use the feet there, the right foot. It cannot come across there, and it is through the legs, and it's 5-0 now. Rapid Viennetta in this match, sinking without a trace, as a ball lands on the pitch to interrupt the flow here. And on the far side, Flaberdeen have the ball at hand. They're looking to switch over to Jamie. Jamie takes a shot, but it just skiffs everywhere, and Doug there with a follow-up, but it's saved by Chopper this way. That was a bit harsh on Jamie. It was meant to be more. The shot looked great, but the contact wasn't there. Doug takes his ball into the corner there, into the dead camera zone, and then tries to play it across, but Chopper gets the hand on it here. Rapid Viennetta with very little opportunities going forward here. Zach has very rarely been under any sort of pressure here to pull out saves, whereas all the action has been at the opposite end as James collects that ball after Chopper makes a save. And here's a chance now. Aiden with the ball. Aiden comes in with the shot, and it bounces off of Zach's foot there as Doug looks to come forward. Doug pushing forward, plays that across. Doug, and it there. The pass from Sean, finding the unrushing Doug. Brilliant 1-2 round James there. Sean takes that ball, and then Cal is late to come across there. Chopper can't get a foot on it, and it goes in through the inside post, and it's 6-0 for Flaberdeen. A statement here for Flaberdeen, as we have another goalkeeping change here with Cal in goals now. Chopper out on the pitch. And now Rapid Viennetta with Chopper coming forward. He's got Connor there for company. Chopper trying to get some space here. Eventually finds Aiden. Aiden with a shot, and there's a save there from Zach. The ball landing in now, but nothing can come from that for Rapid Viennetta. As the long ball up to Connor. Connor takes the shot, and it's saved there by Kyle, and Rapid Viennetta will look to try and get away with this. And on the far side, Chopper once again gets past Doug. Chopper continue past Sean. Chopper continue to go. Can Chopper get the shot away? It's straight at Zach there, unfortunately, and nothing comes from that as James looks to find Aiden. Aiden now looks to take the shot on, tries to play it through there. Now that might have been a shot from Aiden, and Chopper maybe getting a touch on it there, or it could have been a pass. Again, we won't know. The player will claim whatever they want to claim with it, as the ball is played all the way up there after a bit of a confusion of a free kick situation, but nonetheless the referee blows full time. 6-0 to Flaberdeen. Game number 8 sees Fatburn Rovers versus Parmesan Belgrade here at week 10 season 9 Fat 5 football. Fatburn Rovers in green shooting left to right, and Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting right to left. This is the big one, folks. This is the top 2 battling out to take advantage as we head into the latter stages of the season. And early on here, Parmesan Belgrade there with the opportunity through Jordan's long range hit there. You've got to say either team who wins this match will put themselves in the driving seat at the top of the league. Fatburn Rovers currently sitting there, and they have the advantage in this match. Mitchell there with a brilliant volley there into the back of net past Michael Ingalls. Takes that ball down, similar to his goal earlier on the half volley, as we saw it in the earlier match there. Could be a bit of a trait here. But it's Fatburn Rovers, the defending top of the title sitters, or title champions in waiting, could say, potentially, that take the advantage into this game. Parmesan Belgrade will not give up without a fight, though, as we have seen over the last couple of weeks and last few games as well. But there's another opportunity for Fatburn Rovers as it just cruelly bounces off the woodwork there and denies them a chance to go 2-0 up. And as the rain comes down now, Fatburn Rovers once again on the attack. They are looking hungry in this match, and it's just shot wide there from Sean, unfortunately for them. Paddy with the ball now for Parmesan Belgrade. Can they find a way back into this match? Jordan, nice footwork there, just near in front of the camera, and plays it across there to Paddy, who's been sitting there with Timber awaiting that ball in the corner now. Paddy rolling it backwards there. Great footwork there from Paddy, keeping his ball as he rolls that back. Plays it to Chucky. Chucky has Terry there. Chucky on the turn with a shot, and it's the goal, the equaliser that Parmesan Belgrade have been looking for, and it is arrived now through Chucky. Good control there from Chucky. Terry applying a little bit of pressure there, but a nice little turn, and the shot there well placed, with this, essentially with Chucky having his back to goal for the majority of the build up to that shot. So 1-1 now, and the tension is clearly here now with it being level. Fatburn Rovers do have the advantage, though, obviously being top of the league. However, they will not have enough of a lead that if they lose this game that they will remain top. So the draw will suit them. They just basically don't want to lose this game and then proceed to win the last game of the night. Remember, there's another round of fixtures after this. But Parmesan Belgrade are building up momentum here. A long ball there, but it's intercepted by Timber. Timber now with the shot from range. Great save there from Michael, and Sean tries to get ahead on that, but he's unable to get it there. A little bit of a stop in play here. I think this is just Fatburn Rovers eating up a little bit of time as Timber looks to play that through to Mitchell. Mitchell with a shot. Michael with another great save there. And that keeps this game in contention from a Parmesan Belgrade perspective, with Michael making those saves. Stephen taking that ball in well, as we see him do all the time. Long shot there, and Stephen there with the goal that puts Parmesan Belgrade into the lead here. Timber, they're trying to apply some pressure onto Stephen, but we see it week after week. Stephen standing up physically, great upper body strength there, and not only that, a fantastic strike to hit the back of the net. And Parmesan Belgrade here are in the lead, and this is going to put pressure on Fatburn Rovers. And you can even see, I don't even have to tell you, you can see with your own eyes, they know what is at stake, and they know the situation here with the current scoreline. They're desperate to get back into this now. Timber receives the ball from Sean. Timber, nice little pass there from Sean. It goes to Finlay, still alive. Finlay with a shot, and it goes wide of the goal there. It's back into the box, but it's landed with Parmesan Belgrade. Paddy comes forward here. Great footwork. Oh, that is a wonderful goal there from Paddy. Brilliant interception there, and then the speed here, plays it through the legs of Mitchell there, and then look at him go. No one in front there, has all the time in the world, gets himself calm and slots it in there. And Parmesan Belgrade have flipped this game. Fatburn Rovers look the team, and once again there, Finlay with a shot from distance. Fatburn Rovers look like the team as if they should be the ones that be going in front with the chances they've created, but they just haven't been able to finish their chances there. And Michael, big credit to him for the saves, and credit there to Martin, the captain, stepping up as well, getting involved in the goal scoring here. Got a lovely little ball all the way up there on the edge of the box, taken well in from Dropper. What a finish there from Martin. Very unorthodox, but extremely effective there as the ball rolls into the back of the net. Unbelievably now, Parmesan Belgrade 4-1 up and looking comfortable here. And that's a last-ditch save there from Chucky as he blocks that ball as it goes over the top of the goals there to deny Fatburn Rovers having an opportunity on goal. But we're getting underway now as the ball comes forward once again here. And it's Parmesan Belgrade pushing forward. They're up in the Fatburn Rovers half, and they've got it on the far side. They're up against the ball. Chucky with a touch. Chucky with the second goal. 5-1 in this game. I honestly thought this would be a lot of a tighter competition, and to be honest, it has been in some degree. There's been some good chances there from Fatburn Rovers. They haven't converted them. Parmesan Belgrade have been absolutely clinical in front of the Fatburn Rovers goal, and they're 5-1 ahead. This is looking very one-sided, and this could be a massive blow for Fatburn Rovers. They really need to get some goals here to try and get themselves back into this match. There's still a little bit of time. Maybe 4 goals is too much to ask with the time that's left that I can see on screen here. As Stephen comes forward the ball for Parmesan Belgrade, takes a shot from distance, and that's a good save there from Matthew. That will help him after a couple of goals have flown past him recently. Terry gets the ball to Timber there, plays up to Mitchell. Mitchell in space, he's got Finlay, looks to play in Finlay. Can Finlay get the shot away? He can, but Michael there on the edge of his box. Fantastic goalkeeping there. Big credit to Michael as well. Won't have his name on any of the goals scored in this match, but my word, without his goalkeeping, Parmesan Belgrade would be behind in this match. The ball's going to be played in there. Oh, and it's shot by Stephen. The ball calmly rolled back to him there. We play indirect free kicks here at Fat Fives Football, as I mentioned before. You can see there, that's the initial free kick that's played back to Stephen there. And then Stephen takes that shot well within the rules, brilliantly placed. And it's now 6-1 to Parmesan Belgrade. And that must be it in terms of where the position of top of league is going to sit after this game. Doesn't necessarily decide where the title's going this season, but it definitely gives a strong fight at the top for Parmesan Belgrade. Another great save there from Michael, and that's kept it out there. And I don't know what there's shouts about here. There's Parmesan Belgrade are shouting to play the ball forward as the ball just goes wide the Fatburn Rovers goal. I'm not sure what's going on here. There's a save there from Michael. The ball rolls out of the box here. Jordan looks to take the ball in there and let the ball run into the box. I have no idea, folks, what the problem is here. I don't know what the complaints are here, but we will swiftly move on in this instance. I think that's pure frustration there from Fatburn Rovers. Game continues on as Mitchell picks up the ball in his own half. There is not long left. This is going to be the final bits of play in this match. Timber here with the ball, looks to play into the middle there. It's intercepted once again by Parmesan Belgrade, who have done exceptionally well, both in a defensive manner as well as an offensive perspective. The referee raises the whistle there and blows for full time. 6-1 final score. Game number 8 of week 10, season 9, Fat Fives Football. See Scrandinavia versus Bayern Bru. Scrandinavia in red, Bayern Bru in purple. Scrandinavia shooting left to right and Bayern Bru shooting right to left. Early on here, Bayern Bru with an opportunity to go forward, but Scrandinavia defending well, and now they come forward and the ball played out to Ryan here. Ryan has a chance to get an early lead here, and it's just inches away from nestling into the inside post here. Not much at stake between these two teams in terms of a head-to-head, but individually they'll both be wanting to pick up points as Scrandinavia sitting at the bottom of the table and Bayern Bru battling for third as Ryan goes wide just inches again by that far post, and Scrandinavia looking like the better team, having the better start. There's a shot there from Johnny, just goes wide. Sam's going to go retrieve that in the corner, but unfortunately can't make anything from that, and so the score line here remains 0-0. You can see from the footage here, folks, the weather just turned horrendous at this point, and so expect some calamities in terms of contact with the ball due to the sheer wetness and also goalkeeping mistakes as well. Not that I'm giving anything away, I have no idea what's coming up here, and we'll find out together. There's a save there from Thomas, is met after the strike from Gareth there. Ball bouncing around in the Scandinavia half now. Can Bayern Bru get an opportunity here? It's loosely on the far side, but Johnny does pick it up and play it back to Thomas in goals, and he'll look to get away very, very quickly here. But the ball is lost. It's been picked up. I believe that's Leaps on the far side there, playing into Gareth. Gareth with the shot. Gareth with the goal, and there is the early opener in this game. I say early, it's not that early, but it is relatively. It's still the first opener goal in this match, and it's 1-0 to Bayern Bru. Great finish there by Gareth, taking that ball in and then putting it into the back of the net. Not much pressure on there, so he's able to take his time there as he just goes wide once again. Just very close to getting a second goal there for Bayern Bru, and they'll push it all the way back to their half. Scrandinavia on the attack now. Josh on the run. Josh up against Leaps there, taking that ball in the near side to the arm with some wonderful play there to get past Leaps, but unfortunately can't apply the finish there, and Ryan will collect on the far side for Scrandinavia there. A save from Craig in goals for Bayern Bru, and Ryan will go pick up that ball on the far side there, look to find Johnny. Johnny taking the shot, and Craig there with the save once again for Bayern Bru. Scrandinavia trying to defend against Bayern Bru. They've got the ball into that dead camera zone. Actually, top of the screen just now, Scrandinavia got a player down tying their shoelaces as Thomas makes a save there from Gareth from distance, and Scrandinavia try to launch a counter-attack there but unable to make anything from it. Bayern Bru coming forward now. Gareth with the ball at feet there. He's got Johnny there for company. Gareth cuts into the far side there, and then the shot across the goal, and Thomas having to stretch out and make the save there. Goalkeepers busy in this match today as we have a little break in the play here. Got a substitution happening there as the goalkeepers prep themselves. Paul now on the pitch and the game can get underway once again as Craig looks to play it all the way up to Gareth. Gareth he's got Sam for company. Gareth takes the shot and wow, what a instant impact there from the goalkeeper. They're rolling out to Gareth. One pass there, a touch there, a second touch there, and then a shot, and that is a second goal for Bayern Bru. They're really hammering it into Scrandinavia here, and Scrandinavia, well, they still feel they're still in the game, but they know now it's starting to become a harder task with 2 goals behind. They'll need to be the ones that score next, and they'll need to stop Bayern Bru from scoring again if they have any chance to get anything out of this match. With Scandinavia up in the Bayern Bru half, which is a good sign. Josh there on the far side of the ball, playing it back to Johnny. Johnny looks to try and find a player now. He's found Sam on this side. Sam has got Gareth coming for company. Sam plays it down the line there for Ryan. Now there's some movement in the Bayern Bru box as the ball is going to come in. It does. It comes all the way back to Johnny though, and it looks like he's going to shoot from this. No, he takes it on. He's done a little run. Now he takes the shot and now he gets the goal, and Johnny gets the goal for Scrandinavia there, and that gives them an opportunity to come back into this match once again. Nice little run there past Coco there, and then just puts it into the back of it. Craig unable to get a strong hand to block that shot, and Scandinavia back into this match. 2-1 now the score line. They have the opportunity to go forward now and get themselves into a position where they could be getting a draw in this match after it looked like they'd be sinking. But Josh has picked up the ball now. He's still going. Can he finish? Yes, he can. And they're in that position now where they can fight for a draw. Great interception there. The whole pitch opened up. There's no defensive work there for Bayern Bru. That's a bit of a disaster from the player communication and positioning there from Bayern Bru. And Josh puts that into the back of the net to make it 2-2 now. Scrandinavia right back in this game, completing that initial comeback to level up, and now we get to see where this game will go. Will it go to the lads in purple, or will it go to the struggling bottom of the table Scrandinavia, which you have to say with an asterisk is mainly made up of commissioner players this week. However, they're wearing the badge of Scrandinavia in, theory, and they are representing that team in red, so all counts. They are still 2-2 in this match as Sam looks to pick up the ball, plays it through to Johnny. Johnny plays it back to Sam. Oh, it's a missed pass now, and Gareth's picked it up. Gareth takes a shot, and Gareth puts Bayern Bru back into the lead here, and it's 3-2 now. Disaster there for Johnny and for Scrandinavia. That pass not quite reaching its target there. It's 2 in front of Sam. It's a bit too much pace on it, and then Gareth picks it up, and you can see the frustration from Johnny there, that he knows he's caused that goal, and unfortunately for him, he's going to have to shoulder the burden of being at fault for that, unfortunately. But 3-2 now is the scoreline. Bayern Bru will be delighted to be back into this game after being clawed back to a level score there just moments ago. And now they're in the driving seat to walk away with vital 3 points as they battle for that third place spot. Long ball from Craig all the way up to try and find Leaps. Leaps can't quite get it under control, and Scandinavia might have a chance here. They've got men over, but Johnny goes himself, and Johnny shoots. It's a good run and a good shot, but unfortunately I think Johnny's just trying to take on the role of trying to have some repent for the bad pass earlier. And as Thomas makes a save there to deny Bayern Bru going further in front. We're into the last moments of this game now. On the far side there, Josh making a run himself, but he's dispossessed, and Leaps now comes forward. Gareth comes forward with the ball there. It's blocked there. Referee blows full time. 3-2 final score. Game number 9 here on week 10 sees Rapid Viennetta versus Bayern Bru. Rapid Viennetta in orange shooting left to right. Bayern Bru in purple shooting right to left. And we're into the last round of fixtures for this week's highlights, starting here on pitch 1. And then obviously we'll move through the pitches 2, 3 and 4 to show you all the final games of the week here. Chopper playing that ball into Aiden, and there's Niall on the far side, and Niall there just hitting the crossbar. What a finish that would be if that had nestled in just under the crossbar there, but unfortunately it was unable to. Rapid Viennetta playing it up to Chopper now. Chopper with a shot, and the save there from Craig, and the ball tried to be headed away from Martin there, but unfortunately it landed with James, but fortunately James shot way over here. Rapid Viennetta having a bit of a torrid time this week. No win so far, close defeat against Ivory. So Chopper's a chance there, but can't get the ball under control after the shot there goes high and over. Bayern Bru done fared a bit better. They're coming in on a much better form, especially after that last minute winner against Scrandinavia in the previous game. As Paul comes forward, Paul the shot there, and Cal in goals there, makes the save and denies him there. And we have a changing of the goalkeeper for Rapid Viennetta as we take a little bit of a short moment break. Also a substitution here as Coco goes off and Gareth comes on the pitch here. As mentioned earlier, Rapid Viennetta still haven't won a game this week, and that gap between them and Flaberdeen that was oh so secure weeks ago is now looking a lot tighter. Ball played out Niall to Aiden. Aiden on the turn, and Aiden hits the back of the net there, and that will do Rapid Viennetta the world of good after failing to score in their last match against Flaberdeen. Aiden here, great little turn away from Taylor, and then slots it past Craig as he rushes out there, tries to get to the edge of the box to try and close down the space, but unfortunately Aiden still finds the gap behind him, and it's 1-0 in this match. We have the opening goal here. It's gone to Rapid Viennetta. Bayern Bru still pushing forward though as the ball looks to be played into Martin there, but Cal is intercepted, and now will get things started again. Up to Aiden. Aiden, there's the run of Chopper. Will he find them? Almost. Chopper does get there, plays it to James. Oh, and James with a strike, and Craig gets down well. Nice little play there with a layoff there for James, and James unfortunately just couldn't hit the back of the net there. Niall playing the ball up to Aiden. Aiden, another turn. Once again, lovely touch there under control. Turns away from his defender there, but Craig matches with the save there to keep it at 1-0. Bayern Bru fading a little bit in this game, but Gareth here, nice little turn there. Could have been a free kick there, but the advantage has played. Gareth taking advantage of that advantage, and a good save there from Niall. Great play there from Gareth to stay on the feet and look for the opportunity there. Chopper taking it in there. Chopper takes the shot though, and Craig saved it. Aiden with a chance, and Aiden pulls it wide there. Rapid Viennetta looking much more threatening than in the previous match in this game. Bayern Bru taking just a moment to warm up here. They've still got that threat as Gareth plays it into Paul. Paul just hits wide, and Taylor can't get quite on the second rebound there. And now the ball is played across here as James intercepts the Bayern Bru pass. Gareth, lovely turn there. Nice pass, James. He's got time. Oh, and Niall there just puts the foot out to make the save. Gareth looking for that bottom corner and just couldn't quite find it. Bayern Bru are knocking on the door, but Rapid Viennetta come forward once again. Cal with the ball at feet looks to play it to Aiden. Craig with the save. Big credit to Craig so far in this game, keeping Bayern Bru in it. And it is Bayern Bru that are pushing forward once again. Now Paul, ball at feet, trying to get past Niall, but it's been blocked. Cal the shot, bounces just wide. A goal there from Cal. Everyone looked really relaxed with that, but that could have been going in. Very, very close to goals there. As Rapid Viennetta look to come forward, Niall there, with the ball, plays it out to Cal. Niall back to Aiden. Aiden back to Niall. The ball's going back and forth here. Now with the shot just over the goals there, and Cal will look to try and pick that up on the far side, and he looks to play it all the way back to Chopper. But a disaster there. It's not quite been in the box, and Gareth has pounced on it there, and Rapid Viennetta have shot themselves in the foot there. Cal looking to play that back to Chopper and goals. We can see here it doesn't go in the box. Gareth takes full advantage of that and is putting the ball past Chopper in goals. Just massively unfortunate there. Chopper expecting that ball to come into the box. It hasn't made it. In some degrees he made the right call by leaving it, but unfortunately for him, Gareth was on that ball like a flash, and it is 1-1 as Craig makes another save against James there to keep that scoreline at 1-1. It's going to be a bit of a nail biter now. Rapid Viennetta looked so comfortable, but now they are at that level point And Bayern Bru might just take that golden opportunity they were given for that goal and run with it here and try and steal. I say steal. They'll definitely earn it if they do, but it will be a bit of a turnaround. But Rapid Viennetta still got the ball. Aiden with the ball, cutting in there. Aiden cuts in with a shot. Oh, and Aiden's got the goal, and it is 2-1 Rapid Viennetta back into the control seat now. Lovely little run there from Aiden. Just ghost pass players there. Goes past Coco. Martin's there trying to come across to put the defensive tackle in there. Doesn't quite make it, and Aiden just puts that in the back of net to make it 2-1 in this match. And Rapid Viennetta will have to get themselves in control of this game and not make any mistakes like they did not that long ago. A quick free kick here is blocked, and Bayern Bru looking to try to get the shot away there. Gareth shoots across there, but it's high and wide, and Cal can play out from the corner there. And it's played up there to Aiden. Aiden still has the ball. Aiden with the shot. Oh, Aiden with the goal, and that completes his hat-trick, and Rapid Viennetta are now 3-1 in front in this game. A brilliant solo work there by Aiden after receiving the ball there from Cal. And then he just puts that past Craig. Craig, unfortunately, gets it all wrong there. Does it take a nick off a player there, actually? It was a bit of a handed apology. But in any case, Craig unable to react in enough time to get anything to stop that ball going in the back of the net. And it's 3-1 Rapid Viennetta, and they will need this win. The question will be, can they hold on to it? They're looking alright for it though, as Niall takes a shot there and it's saved by Leaps and collected by Craig. Bayern Bru will be looking to push forward to try and get anything out of this match. And I think you'll just see more of them pushing forward. Remember, they've got substitutes in this week, and Rapid Viennetta are stuck with the players they have on the pitch, as Niall there with the save. And in fact, that's an important factor and a big credit we need to point out for Rapid Viennetta. Currently playing with all available players, no rest. The only rest available is through switching of the goalkeeper, as Aiden has a chance here, and he hits the post, and that could have been 4-1 here. And Rapid Viennetta just squeezing every inch of energy out of themselves for this last game here. Niall looks like he's actually hobbling back towards the goalkeeper. Might see another switch of goalkeeper here as the ball is held up by James there, and then plays it up the line there to Cal. Cal with the ball looks to play it back to Niall. They're actually going to continue on here. Clearly players struggling here. Niall to Aiden. Aiden back to James. A little bit of keep ball here to try and kill the time, as James with a lovely turn there. And there is the full-time whistle. 3-1 to Rapid Viennetta. Game number 10 on week 10 season 9 Fat Pies Football sees Scrandinavia versus Parmesan Belgrade. And straight away from the kickoff, Jordan there pouncing on Johnny's slack pass there and is giving Parmesan Belgrade the lead. Unfortunately for Johnny, that's now 2 games now. His passing has led to conceding a goal for Scrandinavia. Very unfortunate there. Jordan just absolutely pouncing on that ball and getting it in the back of the net, and Parmesan in the lead very early on in this match. Finish off the intros there. Scandinavia in red shooting left to right, and Parmesan Belgrade in white shooting right to left. And just another note as well on this is currently Parmesan Belgrade sitting top of the league and with a goal to their name. Scandinavia still struggling at the bottom here. So in theory, in the live table, it's the top versus bottom, and that is starting to show through here, as that is another goal for Jordan there onto the list. And he slots that in from distance there, well, not too far, but he cut in from the far side there and puts it into the back of the net there to make it 2-0 to Parmesan Belgrade in this match. Lovely little finish there from Jordan, and just putting Scandinavia under immense pressure as they attempt to try and get something out of this match, or maybe just avoid getting an absolute hammering maybe. But Parmesan Belgrade showing that they are in full stride this week and taking advantage as much as they can in this match. Scandinavia now up into the Parmesan Belgrade half. Josh there with the ball, playing it out to Johnny. Johnny back to Josh. Josh with the overhead kick. Oh, wow. Absolutely nowhere near on target, but full credit for Josh for pulling that off. Got a good connection with it. Unfortunately, just because of the size of the goals, it was never going to be anywhere near it, but fair play to Josh for pulling that off. As Chucky comes forward for Parmesan Belgrade, and Ryan makes the save there with sticking out the strong foot and blocking the shot there. Scrandinavia looking to build from the back as the ball played out to Sam, and Sam takes that ball right into the dead camera zone there. Goes across goal there, and Thomas can't get the connection on it there. Credit for Michael coming out to the edge of the box, putting him off, and the defensive work there of Parmesan Belgrade to put him off there as Josh comes forward now for Scandinavia. Josh pushing forward, lays it off to Thomas. Thomas back to Josh. Josh out to Johnny. Johnny with a shot, hits the post there, unfortunately for Johnny, but the ball comes back to him once again. Will he take another shot? Looks to play out to Thomas. Thomas hits the first thing. Thomas with the goal there, and it's 2-1, and Scrandinavia are back in this match. All of a sudden, when it looked likely that Parmesan Belgrade would just basically punish them the whole game, Scrandinavia have got themselves back into it. Lovely finish there from Thomas. Some nice passing there from Scrandinavia. They were unfortunate just moments before scoring when Johnny hit the post, so it's maybe a bit of recompense there that they've got the goal after being denied it by the woodwork there. Parmesan Belgrade looking to get forward here. Scandinavia currently with the ball in possession as they look to get things restarted from the goalkeeper, but it's been lost, and Stephen there with a shot, and that would have been a disaster goal to give away with a loose pass there, or loose control is probably the best way to describe it, and the shot from Stephen, but it didn't go in. Saved by the goalkeeper, and Scandinavia live once again as Josh coming forward there. Stephen with a hand of apology there, but the game continues to play on. Josh did well to ride the tackle and continue on with possession there, and Scandinavia playing it all the way back. Thomas out to Johnny. Johnny with the goal, and incredibly, Scandinavia right back into this match at 2-2 now. Thomas there receiving that ball. Nice little pass up there to Johnny. I think Jordan there thought that Thomas was actually going to take the shot. Didn't really look to see the position of Johnny to make the block of the pass. And that left Johnny in a great space there in order to get the shot away. And he did a brilliant job to get it into the back of the net there to make it 2-2 in this match. And the save there from Ryan to deny Parmesan Belgrade getting another goal there. And now we restart again just from a free kick here. Parmesan Belgrade have a player down there, but at least they get Scandinavia's free kick for them to restart from here as the ball is played up there. Sam looking to get onto the end of it there. He does so, but the referee says that he cuts through the box in order to gain the possession there. I think there's a bit of confusion going on, but it's certainly a rule that we have in the game there, and the referee pointing that out to him there as Jordan on the far side with the ball. Jordan goes himself. Jordan with the goal, and that's unfortunate for Scandinavia there, that they were in a position there, and just a bit of confusion on the box cutting there has led them to conceding the goal there. Jordan with the shot, rifling it past Ryan and goals, and it's 3-2 to Parmesan Belgrade. Now Scandinavia done so well to get back into the match, make it 2-2, but unfortunately for them, they find themselves behind once again as Stephen has gone past Josh and he's got the ball 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Can he get it in the back of the net? He's toying with the goalkeeper, and eventually Ryan stands tall, does a fantastic job there to deny Stephen the chance of a goal. Looked for dead certain that Stephen would have that in the back of the net, but he didn't this time. As Josh there, a bit of, I think, a slip there. I don't hear much shouts for the free kick there as Stephen plays it out to Paddy there, and Paddy on the edge of the box gets that ball in the back of the net, and that is a quick fourth goal, but second goal in a row there for Parmesan Belgrade. And unfortunately for Scandinavia, everything unravelling a little bit there. I think Johnny might have had a bit of complaint about Josh slipping there. He might have felt the foul was included there, but it hasn't been given, and the game has played on regardless as Martin makes a header there through to Jordan. Jordan tries to get that under control with a head, but cannot there. Parmesan Belgrade now 2 goals ahead, looking comfortable as Jordan's got the ball at feet. Great interception there from Josh though. Josh has an opportunity to get past Stephen, takes the shot, and unfortunately just drags that ball wide. Great work there by Josh, just couldn't apply the finish as Martin receives the ball in the middle of the pitch, but Thomas looks to block him off there, and Johnny still going. There's only 2-on-1 here for Scandinavia, and Michael with a brilliant save there from what I believe is Sam on the far side there. Brilliant work from him there, but unfortunately just couldn't apply that finish there. Josh looking to collect the ball from Johnny there. Josh playing it into Johnny's feet. Johnny with the shot, and Johnny with the goal, and it's now 4-3, and Scandinavia once again carving themselves a path back into this match. Johnny there pushing forward at receiving the pass there from Josh, and a hit from a bit of a distance there, and it's in the back of the net. And unfortunately for Michael, he sees that ball go into the back of his goals here as Parmesan Belgrade look to get things underway. Paddy with the shot. Oh, Paddy scores from distance there. And frustratingly for Scandinavia, as soon as they think they're back into this match, Parmesan Belgrade punish them straight away. Their brilliant finish there from Paddy. Good play there from Martin to see Paddy in space in the middle of the pitch and to know his teammate so well that he can hit that from distance. He laid it up for him there. The score now reading 5-3 to Parmesan Belgrade here. They're looking a little bit more comfortable with that 2-goal lead back in place as Stephen has that ball on the far side there. Looking to play that out from the corner. He'll be looking to try and find a teammate there at some point. He's still holding it well under very little pressure. And as we said beforehand, it's very difficult to challenge Stephen in a physical game here. And on the edge of the box there, he reaps the rewards after Jordan picks him out. The pass there from Stephen finds Jordan in space. Jordan there unselfishly sees Stephen on the edge of the box there, knows exactly how he's going to finish that, and he takes his time and places that into the back of the net to make it 6-3 in this match. And it's fair to say it's now gotten away from Scrandinavia. They have fought so well in this match. There is still time. They still could absolutely mount a comeback, but you got to wonder with the attacking power that Parmesan Belgrade have. You know, you've got to ask yourself, is it going to be likely that it's going to happen? Michael plays that out to Stephen. Stephen has a bit of pressure there from Sam, but that's no problem for him there as he just goes past and plays it to the middle here. Surely a goal here. It's played toying with the goalkeeper. It is a goal for Paddy here. Just as soon as that ball landed at his feet, you could see 3 Scandinavia players all over this side trying to apply pressure. Somebody's left Paddy in space there, and Paddy had all the time in the world to place it into the back of the net to make it 7-3 to Parmesan Belgrade. That's 2 hat-tricks within the Parmesan Belgrade team now. Jordan with a hat-trick, Paddy with a hat-trick, and Stephen with the odd goal there. You have to say that's going to be good night Vienna for Scandinavia in this match as Chucky comes forward now. Could still be some more goals as the shot just goes wide there. John with the follow-up and it goes over the back of the goal actually. Looked like as if that might have gone in the back of the net, but fortunately for the goalkeeper for Scandinavia, which I believe is Josh now, it jumped over the back of the net, went behind Stephen, through on goal there, and Stephen, I think that's hit the post. It sounded like it might have hit the backboard actually behind the goal, but I think it actually did hit the post there. Parmesan Belgrade inches away from getting an 8th in this match. As Chucky plays it all the way up and the goalkeeper makes a great stop there after the ball is missed there by the Parmesan Belgrade attacker. Scandinavia having a chance here. Ryan taking the shot, but Michael collects that ball as it bounces up. Going to be intercepted here by Johnny. Can Johnny get another goal here? It's a save there from Michael as Paddy tries to get the ball under control with a bit of an unorthodox method, but it doesn't quite work. We're into the final bits of play here. The whistle's going to go at any moment now. This game has basically wrapped itself up here. We're just waiting for a matter of time. Should be any second now. The shot there goes wide and the referee blows for full time. 7-3 Parmesan Belgrade. Game number 11, penultimate game for week 10, sees O.B City versus Flaberdeen. O.B City in black shooting left to right and Flaberdeen in blue shooting right to left. Both these teams having a bit of a mixed week this week. Flaberdeen having, well, compared to each other rather than individually, Flaberdeen have a brilliant 2-goal win so far as they come into this last game. O.B City trying to get a win on the board here as the shot there from Stevie just hitting the side netting there. Stevie pass dug there, looks split in the middle to Lewis, but it is blocked there by the Flaberdeen defenders. And Sean with the shot, and Stephen in goals there with a great save there. The ball is loose and comes back into play, but a good save nonetheless from Stephen there to deny the chance for Flaberdeen to go forward. As corner hits wide from Flaberdeen, and Sean looks to pick up this ball. Sean with the chance, and he hits the post, I think. The view was blocked there by Willie just from the camera angle, but it looked like Sean has smashed that against the post. And Flaberdeen coming out of the traps as well as O.B City, but Flaberdeen looking like the team on top now as corner comes through. Corner takes to Sean, another great save there by Stephen. Brilliant work there by the player in the goals to deny Flaberdeen the chance to break the deadlock here as O.B City have a free kick here on the edge of the box. Willie just waiting for the signal to go take it here, and he does so, finds Stevie, back to Willie. Willie looking for option, plays it all the way up to Stevie in that corner. He's in the dead camera zone there as he looks to play in the middle to Lewis, and there is the opening goal, and it has come against the run of play, you have to say. Lewis there, fine finish when the ball comes flying in there from Stevie. There's arms from Flaberdeen defenders looking at each other, but to be honest, there's not much you can do there. That was a fine move there from Lewis and a fine finish to round it off there, and that is 1-0 in this game. O.B City breaking the deadlock in this match O.B City, who have a loss and a draw under their belt after a fine comeback against Ivory Coast, but definitely not the amount of points that they would have liked to have had coming into this last game. Flaberdeen, like I said, was 6 points out of the 2 games played, 9 points available total this week. So they've got 2 wins under their belt, as a save there from Stephen once again. They will be wanting to round off this week with a perfect 3 out of 3 wins, but currently trailing now as the clearance there from Jamie. Zach can't quite get on that as it goes out of his box. Lewis now cutting in. Lewis still there. Lewis for the shot, saved by Zach, and nobody on the edge of the box for O.B City to try and apply that. So it remains 1-0 as Doug looks to play in Sean. Sean, nice little turn to corner. Corner now takes a shot and it's closed by Willie there. Really important block there by Willie to deny Connor that opportunity as Stephen makes another save here. Stephen still not conceding in this match. Still on for a clean sheet so far as Sean has 2 attempts there and neither can hit the back of the net there, and Stephen Ingalls still holding on to that clean sheet as O.B City end up into the dead camera zone with Nathan coming out with it. Nathan, ball takes it all the way back to Lewis at midway, and Lewis is forced there by Jamie. Lewis out wide, still out wide. Will he look to cut in? He's going to continue it away, takes a shot. Oh, and yes, the referee's given it as a goal. That's a remarkable goal there. Lewis on the far side. He's got 2 defenders in front of him there. Really tight angle. Takes that shot. It actually bounces off a corner's foot and then hits the underside of the crossbar. Flaberdeen looked to play on thinking that it hadn't been given by the referee. Pulled that back, giving it the goal. And it's 2-0 to O.B City. Massively unorthodox finish there. Not much more that we can see from our camera angle as well, looking at that replay, but we'll go with the referee's decision there. It didn't look like a whole lot of protest from Flaberdeen, so it looked like it was a very, very tight call, and just the speed of the shot in there. And Connor hitting the post there, and it bounces out. Unfortunate there for Flaberdeen. They continue to be 2-0 behind in this game. Both teams going for those. Nathan comes forward and Nathan just hits wide there, and unfortunately for him can't get that ball in the back of the net. This has been action packed in this match, even though it has been a low scoring game with the 2-0 scoreline. Flaberdeen up there. Connor tries to get on the end of Sean's pass there, but can't quite, and Stephen Ingalls makes a save. You have to say massive credit to Stephen Ingalls for O.B City. He's done a fantastic job to deny Flaberdeen going ahead as Lenny's the ball in front of Zach there, and there is a vital save there from Zach. As I give credit to Stephen, Zach pops up and deserves that credit as well despite the 2 goals. Remarkably, we're into the last bits of play here as Sean's into the O.B City half, into the dead camera zone. Referee raises the whistle to lips. Full time here, 2-0 to O.B City. Final game of the Week 10 highlight sees Ivory Coast versus Fatburn Rovers. Ivory Coast in yellow shooting left to right, Fatburn Rovers in green shooting right to left. And so we come to our last game of the week. This game in itself as a head-to-head doesn't have much of an impact on the league between these two, both having different seasons, though Fatburn Rovers will be looking to try and get 3 points in order to ensure that Parmesan Belgrade don't run away from them after taking that lead in the middle match against them today. They're also looking to pick up after that disappointing result against Parmesan Belgrade, as Lewis early on here with the save for Ivory Coast there. Big strong foot there denying that shot, and Fatburn Rovers looking to get started from the back once again as Matthew rolls out to Sean. Sean looking to find Finlay. Finlay with a shot, and it's high and over the goals there, unfortunately, for Finlay and for Fatburn Rovers. Still have the ball at Fatburn Rovers, but it's been lost and given back to Ivory Coast. They've picked it up now though through Timber. Matthew with a shot, and Lewis there with a save once again, denying Fatburn Rovers the opportunity to go in the lead in this match. So it remains 0-0. Loose ball there, Sean versus Boother there just in front of the camera. Boother done well there to turn and keep the ball, but it's a bit of a loose pass, and Mitchell will pick it up in his own half of the pitch, playing back up to Sean. Sean's got Matthew in the middle. Matthew, can he finish now? Oh, it's Sean that actually takes the shot, and Sean applies the finish there. It looked like Matthew was going to be the one that was going to pull the trigger on this opportunity, but it was actually the ball was loose, a bit heavy there, and it rolled all the way through to Sean, and Matthew was there on hand to help ensure that Sean got his shot away there, and it's 1-0 in this match, and it's a start that Fatburn Rovers will have been wanting coming into this match after that defeat to Parmesan. So 1-0 the score line as the Fatburn Rovers look to kind of keep a hold. I say kind of, look to definitely keep a hold of the ball in their half of the pitch there. Terry playing it out to Timber. Timber back to Mitchell. Mitchell, bit of pressure there from Buther. Lovely back heel to Sean. Sean has got time there. David keeping up on him there. But Mitchell in the middle of the box here applies the finish. Brilliant finish there. And it's 2-0 all of a sudden to Fatburn Rovers. Sean, great work there. Taking that ball into the corner. He's got David there for company. And then just plays it into the middle of the box there. And Mitchell smashes that into the back of the net. And then it's 2-0 to Fatburn Rovers. And they are looking comfortable in this match, Fatburn Rovers. This should put them in good position there as Timber up against David there. David did well to get the ball away there, but runs into Sean. Sean with the shot. Oh, and it's palmed there by Lewis. I think a bit onto the woodwork there for some help from the goalkeeper there. But regardless, it has been denied and it remains 2-0. Timber now taking the ball in. Timber out to Matthew. Matthew, loose ball there, and Ross will pick that up. Nice little touch there from Ross to Buther. Buther with the shot. Buther with the goal, and it is 2-1 now in this match. Brilliant control there from Ross, rolling with the right foot, passing it with the left, and then Buther applies that finish past Terry in goals there. There's a bit of complaints there from Terry in goals actually. I think he thinks that some of these players could have defended better. You have to say though, it was well worked there by Ross. Fancy footwork there, opening up the opportunity, and just unfortunate for Terry. He just couldn't get to that ball there. 2-1 scoreline as Lewis looks to get things started for Ivory Toast. It passes to MG, but Sean's picked up well. Matthew with the shot there, and unfortunately for him, it's just high there. Bit of a shout there for the handball. Have a look at it now. Bounces up, the hands in. Don't see anything in that. Looks like the referee has made the right call there. Just sometimes you think it's going against you. I think Fatburn Rovers are in that mentality right now, though they are winning 2-1, but I think they're in that sense that they're feeling that things are going against them, but never a handball in the purposeful sense, you would say. Game continues on. Ivory Toast the ball into the Fatburn Rovers half. Buther across to David. David there just could not make contact with that ball at all there, and unfortunately for him, just no strike there. Finlay battling well on the far side with that ball. Finlay taking that shot, and it's just wide of the goals there, and just very, very close to getting there. Referee obviously giving some instruction to the players there as to what his decision making is like going on. And the goal there from MG, very subdued. I think that in amongst all the chat, the referee there, brilliant play there from Ross, passes all the way up to MJ there, and MJ first time hit, and it just a weird angle there seems to go in there as Matthew, I think, expects that to go wide, and it nicks in the inside post. And Ivory Toast have brought this game back to 2-2 after Fatburn Rovers are winning. Yeah, you might have to say though, I think they're getting a bit distracted with the referee decisions here, and that's probably what has led them to concede at least one of the goals. They need to get their head in the game and get themselves focused into this match. Otherwise, this chance that they still have on taking the title this season is going to get away from them, as Finlay's shot just almost squirms under Lewis, but doesn't quite make it there. Lewis gets a hand on it to deny it going over the line there. So it remains 2-2 in this match. Finlay with the ball at his feet on the far side there, looking for some loose play to Timber, but it's a poor pass. Davis picked it up, but can David lay it off here? Looks to lay it off to Ross now. Ross with the shot, Ross with the goal, and it is 3-2 to Ivory Toast. What a turnaround in this game. Ivory Toast clearly taking advantage of some of the mental disruption going into Fatburn Rovers today. Ivory Toast won't care. They've got themselves in the driving seat in this match. 3-2 the scoreline with a goal there from Ross after a brilliant layup there by David. And Fatburn Rovers have it all to do now. They looked comfortable earlier on. They are now behind as Mitchell does well to try and keep a hold of the ball, and does so. Finds Sean on the far side. Sean with the shot blocked there by Ross as it lands harmlessly into the hands of Lewis there. Into the middle of the pitch now, Fatburn Rovers are playing that ball back to Mitchell. Good pass there by Sean. Finds Timber on the far side. Timber with David for company. Timber takes a shot, save from Lewis, and David will collect to keep a hold of that ball there. Looks like a bit of an instant on the far side there. Timber getting up a little bit gingerly. Looks like he's happy to play on there. Finlay helping him up. good teammate support showing there as Ivory Toast come forward. Davis' shot just dried wide of goal, and Mitchell will come across and collect this now. Mitchell, great ball to Timber. Timber in front of the goal with the finish there. That is superb there from Timber, hobbling about there with a bit of an injury there. You can see no running from him there. What a pass by Mitchell there. And then Timber, brilliant stop in front of the goal, right in front of the line there, and kept his head after Ross's momentum took him away there. And they've got the goal, Fatburn Rovers, 3-3 now, and that shows a bit of precision and a bit of calm collectiveness that has helped them get into such a trying position, almost with a force there with Mitchell as it just goes behind the goal there. And we're starting to see a wee bit better here from Fatburn Rovers, although it looks a little bit chaotic once again as Davis' shot is defended there and saved by Matthew, and a save again by Matthew. Credits him there. Two clinical saves, crucial saves that have kept Fatburn Rovers in this. The ball has come across now to Finlay on this side. Finlay in this corner takes a shot, and Finlay there puts his team back into the lead. 4-3 now the scoreline. Fine finish there by Finlay. Good counter-attack there from Fatburn Rovers to get up the pitch. Big credit to Matthew for those two saves against David, and that has been the key thing that has given the opportunity for Fatburn Rovers to get into the lead. And we are into the last bits of play here. You can sense a bit of desperation from the Fatburn Rovers players here as they're pushing forward, searching to see if they can keep a hold of this win for the few moments that's left. Sean holding up that ball, tries the back heel, it's blocked by MJ. Referee blows for full time. 4-3 Fatburn Rovers final score. Confirmation of all scores from week 10 on screens now, including that last minute winner Fatburn Rovers against Ivory Toast there, and the top of the title clash with Parmesan Belgrade earlier on. And speaking of Parmesan Belgrade, we have a new league leader. They're at top on 61, 2 points ahead of Fatburn Rovers. O.B City and Bayern Bru split on goal difference on 46, Ivory Toast on 44, Rapid Viennetta on 35, Flaberdeen on 32, only 3 points behind, and Scrandinavia on 25 at the bottom. Fat Fives are delighted to offer sponsorship opportunities for local, national and international businesses. If you'd like to find out more about sponsorship opportunities, go to our website at fatfives.football/sponsor. Fat Fives football player registration is open and we're accepting new players to the league. Please head to our website fatfives.football to find the player registration form on our homepage. Don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure that you're notified of all the highlights for this upcoming season.